Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning to Goldenretrodroneflyer. I apologise I took down the other live stream, but YouTube has been playing technical difficulties with my Goldenretrodroneflyer YouTube channel, and for some reason it was still saying it was going live hour and 15 minutes after I actually went live. So I don't know what's happening there, guys. But I apologise that you couldn't actually see me on the live stream due to technical difficulties. Obviously, it just my luck to be on YouTube when YouTube is actually playing. I don't know what's happened to YouTube recently, guys, but obviously there's some glitches still not been fixed. So yeah, this is going to be a short stream today. I've gone live earlier. Um, Nice to be back on YouTube again. Um, Doing what I love to do, and that is talking to you, the supporters. Even though there's not many supporters in at the moment, but hopefully you'll be able to play this back later. So, as Zach002 says, this is Golden Electro Drone Flyer, aka Tony, aka Silver Electro Collector, aka Electronic Collector. Well, that's where I was before, but now, with respect to who's in the chat, now I am called myself Golden Electro Drone Flyer. And why have I called myself that? Well, because I'm going into drones, guys, for a change. Something different to what I've ever done before on this channel, or any other channel I've had in the past. And yes, if you're pretty new to my content, this is a new channel, once collected, never forgotten, as I like to say. But yeah, I hope everybody who's in the chat as well. But yeah, I apologise, guys. I think YouTube is still got glitches. I actually updated that video, I would say about half an hour ago, and it's still saying it's going live, even though it's going live about an hour and 15 minutes ago. So I don't know what the hell's going on with YouTube at the moment. Maybe they're going, oh, it's Tony's back on YouTube. I start playing Sibburgers with his channel, with his live streams. So I apologise, guys, that you're watching it, but you'll either won't see me or you come in and you're still saying live, but actually gone. I think I stopped streaming about 5:25 here in the UK, so it's still saying it's live at 6:30. I don't know. Has that happened about 4 times, I think, in the last few months when I've gone live and I've actually edited the stream, and then I've uploaded it to YouTube, or YouTube has uploaded it, and then it's still saying I'm live about 6 hours after I've gone live. So I don't know what happened there, guys. But yeah, what I'm going to be doing on this channel, besides drones, which will be half percentage of this channel, will be some stuff I've always been known for. That is doing film reviews, pickups, different pickups, doing out and about videos. There's a lot of things I'm going to plan for this channel, basically. And this will be my last ever channel on YouTube. Like Colin, I think he's changed his channel name 8 times. I've only had 3 channels. Like I said, I've had Electronic Collector, which I had for 2 years. I had Silver Electro Collector, which I had for just over half a year. And now I've got this one, which is mainly a bit electro, bit of all sorts of stuff, basically. On the Goldenretrodroneflyer channel. So thanks to everybody who's supported my channel since I started. It's appreciated. I've lost a few subs, but I knew I was going to lose a few subs because I know for a fact that viewers, they change what they like. And I noticed on the last channel that there's a lot of people subbed me from the other channel previously and subbed me on the new one because I know things do change in YouTube time. But I thought I'd do a quick stream, guys. I think the last one I did this afternoon was for about just over an hour. This will be, you can see me now, Nathan. This will only be, I'm okay, Tony. Okay, Tony. I'm okay, Nathan. My dad's not so good at the moment. He's been in hospital for about a month now, and he's now developed sepsis, unfortunately. So I don't know whether he's going to come out. We don't know what's happening at the moment. It's very poor. It's very poor at the moment. So with our luck, I hope he does get better, but I don't know whether he is going to do or not. He's not wanted me to visit him. My mum and sister has, but you know, it's just one of the things. I mean, mum says, "Well, I said, don't hear anything on the TV," and she says, "Well, people can die from sepsis. Obviously, I mean, he's in his 70s now, guys. So, I think what my mum is, yeah, exactly. I think what my mum is saying is that it's going to have very hard to cope because obviously he's always been the one who's paid the bills. Where we live at the moment, and obviously if he does just for argument's sake, he does what you call it. I'm not going to mention the D word, but just for argument's sake, he does. Then we're going to have to move eventually from here. We're going to have to do a lot of sorting out. There's a lot of crap we've got to sort out. And my mum's not well herself either, so it's not. It's one of them things, guys. It's just life as it is. I mean, he's had a good life, but like before in the past, guys. He's one of these people who don't like doctors. He's never been really ill, but proper ill, as I'm calling proper ill. The thing he's got, he's had it for 7 months. He didn't know what it was. Um, he ends up like something with his stomach where he's making extra. He's going through the lining of his stomach. He's making extra stuff from abscesses from the gastric or something from his stomach, which is developing these abscess poxics or something like that. They've took him a month to bloody find out what it is, and now he's been under one consultant. He's under another one now, and he's not eating and drinking because he's sick all the time, basically. So it's not very nice. But like you said, Nathan, it's probably because he doesn't want me to see him as he is now, because he has lost a lot of weight. But anyway, happy notes. Um, but yeah, that's well, I've been out of it. Obviously, I've not seen what's going on. But the staff, I mean, the doctors have been fine, but the staff haven't been that very good. What I've heard, but it's just the way it is, guys. That's what life, you know, throws you a curveball, basically. But yeah, I apologise for some. I don't know why YouTube has been playing silly because I mean, I've had this problem before when I've done live streams, guys, where um, yeah, I don't know what's going on with my live streams. I mean, I've had this problem before. I mean, the last 4 streams I did before I got the deluxe channel, where I actually did a good stream, and then I edited it because it takes a while to process the thing. And then when it was edited on YouTube and everything had been done, it was uploaded. It was still saying it was live for some reason, and it's the same thing has happened again. The reason why I'm on my phone is mainly on the laptop, as I've said in the earlier stream this afternoon, was the sound card isn't as good quality as what the other one is. I've not actually played this movie, like I said to Dan earlier. I don't understand, Nathan, why. I don't know why the hell. It might be YouTube. Why, when you popped in earlier, where it was supposed to be live, but you couldn't see me at all. It's like a total blackness, and it was just buffeting all the time. Now I think that's probably YouTube again. I think YouTube, whatever. I mean, they keep updating my app on my phone, and yeah, they keep updating the app, YouTube app on my phone, and I had the old app, not the fine, to sign in. But on the new app thing, which I've just updated again, I signed into YouTube, but I can't sign out again. It won't let me sign out. Well, the old app, which was the one before it, the other update before it, I could sign out no problems. So I don't know what the hell is happening with YouTube. I think they're playing Supergirls again. But I haven't even played Shmoo. I've not been in the mood, understandable, in the mood to play games, anything like that. But there's a lot of things I'm going to have to do anyway. And if my dad does a cover, but at the moment I don't know how bad he is because my mum said he's just going. It's not. I mean, obviously, if you feel sick all the time, you're not eating and drinking, are you? The other thing what's ticked me off about him is the main fact where he's been in. He's been in for about a month now, and what's it called? The healthcare is what it's called. I've been ticking off on his chart he's eating and drinking. He's not. So that ticked me off. But yeah, I haven't got. I think I played Shamu back in. Let's go back to Shamu for a second. I played Shamu back in the day on the Dreamcast when it first came out. But I've not played it for a long time, and I know for that when they're League Master games, it's always different to what it was originally. It's like when the League mastered Shadow of the Colossus. I've only had one game of that. It's totally different to what I think I had a mate who actually had that in the PS2. It's totally different to that PS2 version, and I still think they should do some games like the SX Tricker game, and remaster it. Because that's another game I'd like to see on the PS4. Now, I believe they brought out last month. That's not so bad. They brought out last month, which I always said they should have a game on the PS4, and that was the. Even though I know you guys aren't into tennis, the World Tour Tennis on the PS4. But when I looked on eBay for it, it was going for like 38, 35, £38. And I saw one in CNX, not in the CNX where Nathan knows where it is, but the other CNX, and it was going for £45 in CNX. And it reminds me of the other one I've got on update version of that on the PSP or the PS, whatever it is. I think it's the PS3. I think it's virtual. It's like Virtual Tennis 4, but they've upgraded it and they've added something out. They've added a few things to it basically, and called it the World Tour Tennis. Um, so I mean, I'm quite good at playing tennis on any console, so I'm waiting till that comes down. I still need to get God of War, guys. I still haven't got it yet. I've got Far Cry 5 like I was gonna stream. I've still got to finish off. I've not had a chance to do it yet. I've still got to finish. Even though I think Nathan said it was a quite good game I was playing. Assassin's Creed Origins, I've still got to play that. There's so many. I can't keep up with all these games, guys. I mean, I can't buy all the games, especially if I go into it's down saying to me earlier, have you flied any one of your drones yet? And I've not flying. I'm actually really watching some new drones. What they've been on for about a day, I think, on eBay. But like I said, they start off at a cheap price, guys, but then they go up. There's like starting price 99 pence, and then before you know it, there's like 4 days to go. If it's the same day listing, it's going for stupid money on eBay. And only the collectors have set it down this afternoon. The stream, the earlier stream, will buy it. I'll give you an example, Nathan. There's well, mine's a clone of it, but the Papa DJ Maverick drone, which I think new is 460, and I think I put in, because I had the money back, I had the money then. I think I put about 215, 220 in, and at the time I was there, bid for about a day and a half, and then it jumped up, said you've been outbid, it jumped up to over 400 quid. And then it went, because I was still watching it, because I was bidding, I think it was bid on this, and it went for 715 quid. So, yeah, I says to, this is why I've come back on. I'm only going to be on for a short while, guys. But like I said to Dan, you don't need to buy when you first start flying, basically. You don't need to buy the top of the range drones. You can get one for, I mean, mine cost me, as I was saying to Dan, mine cost me, if you ignore the postage, you're probably talking about £42 for what I've picked up, which I've already shown once. But I will be showing in another video in the future. So, £42. You can get one for about, I think, lower than that. I've seen one for 35, 34, 35. Depends whether they include pre-postage. The postage what puts the prices up, basically. But I've seen some good ones, Nathan. But like I said, you don't need a top of the range one when you first start out. I mean, get one what's heavy duty, one what's going to last. You can pick up accessories up cheap as chips, basically. It's just getting the drone first and familiarise yourself with the actual controls, how it works. I mean, they all go up and down, like take off, come down again, and do whatever they do, hover and all this business. It's just learning the basics. It's like anything else when you're flying anything. It's learning the basics of the controllers. But I can't believe when I watched some stream. It was fine. It started off, and then middle of it was just buffeting on something. I think that's YouTube playing Supergood. But maybe it's me. Maybe they don't like me. They're going, oh, it's him again. He's come back with another channel. But yeah, it's always nice to be back on YouTube, interacting with my supporters. With respect to the two supporters in the chat, you know who you guys are. But yeah, I had actually Steve last week on Twitter send me a message saying, because I think Darren sent me a message previous to that, saying, I've just been on YouTube, Tony, I've tapped in your thing, and your channel didn't come up. I could actually collect it again, but I'm not going to do. And I said, well, I've had to get the do it, mate. And he said, well, why have you got to do it? And I said, well, there'll be trolls again. Well, what's the trolls doing? I said, well, actually, they're impersonating me now and sending out hateful messages. And he said, I wish these bloody people grow up, mate. He said, it's not very nice. You've worked hard to get the things you've got. and it's like that, cocking your channel up basically. I said, don't worry about it, I'll be coming back after a break, so he's at least supported me. But yeah, I always will get trolls. I have got. I'll show you a case now because I don't think you've seen it. I'll show you a case. I'm going to do a video. Down seeing it. Down seeing the actual drone. It's in this case, Nathan. If you get that case, it's in the posh, stylish case. And I'll get out one more time because I want to do a video. I want to do a proper video on it basically. But yeah, I'll be doing a quick. Yeah, well, that's not the end of it yet, Nathan. Let me just show you what it is. I know it works, but I think the battery needs to be charged up because he took the battery out. So I need to charge the battery out. I need to put the battery in before doing anything else, which I'll probably do in the next few weeks. But this, I know it works, but I just hope it works when I'm playing it. But that is, well, let me just that is, let me just get the thing out first. Let's get this out. Just bear with me, guys, while I'm trying to get this with one hand. I'll just see if I can get it out proper. It's a very delicate job. But yeah, that's what it's like when it's folded up basically. That's what happens. And I'll see if I can get it out because it is very delicate. No, I'm not gonna get. I've been thinking of staying on time for you. Understandable. But let me just see. I'll try not to mess up. Let's have a look. The thing is, they're so delicate, these things. I mean, with my luck, let me just see if I can open this. That's one. Right. Right. Got it now. So that is it. Not obviously like that. That is it like that. So that is when it's flying. Obviously the thing will work. But it's not a big thing, guys. It's not a massive drone. So obviously that will fly like that. But it is proper smart. But I mean, for what it's costing, it didn't cost. I mean, it costs. I would say about the same one on eBay at the moment is going for. No, this isn't the price I paid for it. There's a different seller selling the same thing, but it's just what I'm saying to you. The same one on eBay at the moment, what he's selling it for is about 60 quid. That's how much he paid. That's how much he's going. That's how much. No, mine didn't cost 60 quid, guys. I'm just telling you, the same one looks like this is going for 60 quid. I bought this for 42 or 43 pounds, which is a reasonable price. I mean, it's only got a 2 megapixel camera, 720p filming thing. The camera obviously is under there, and the battery obviously goes up. Now I'm going to have to do this. You'll see it more when I do that. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is awesome. Now let me just put this here where I'll show you this while I'm here. I'll have to be careful of that because them do snap off pretty quick. All right. Now the actual controller, which is a bit heavy, I'll just show you this because this is all new to me, guys. By the way, I mean I've never had one of these before in my life, so bear with me for a second. This is the controller for it. So obviously that doesn't go the way that goes, but just for argument's sake, that does go the way there. There's a thing that comes out here where you put in your mobile phone. You go on the Play Store and you download the software update, so you can see when the drone's flying. You can see the drone basically through the drone's perspective. So this stuff in what drops down here, and I think it's probably I think it's about 200 meters. I think. I don't know. I'll go into specifics when I actually do it, guys. But yeah, the battery's already in. You screw in the batteries in the back. I'll show you everything when I do. Yeah, I'll show you everything when I do it. But I'll do a proper review of it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a slight proper video where I'm telling you a bit about what the actual thing is, first impressions of it, slightly brief details of what you can do, right? And then when the weather's better, when I've got everything sorted, I've got the camera in, I've got the, like, I think it takes a micro SD card. I've got to get one of them. I've got to charge up the battery. I've got to test it first to make sure it flies. When I've done all that, then I'll do a proper video. When I can fly it, but when I've done it a few times flying it, then I'll do a proper video and I'll upload it on my channel. Yeah, but the only thing is, when you're on a budget, guys, it's another thing. When you're on a budget, right, you can't afford the top of range drones, right? Now, the one you're talking about, Darren, when I look on eBay, you're looking at, what, £300 for the type of drone you're talking about, which is bigger than this thing. But I think for people who haven't got a lot of money to spend on drones, when people have got a lot of money to spend on drones, I mean, this is another reason why I've done this channel. You don't need, as I've said to somebody this afternoon, you don't need to spend a small bloody fortune on drones. I mean, that to me is not a small one, but average size. I mean, it looks, I mean, when it's flying, it looks a lot better than what it looks like, basically. Now, it looks like a dummy version of a Maverick Pro, which is bigger than this. Now, I might go into that yet. I mean, I'm going to start small and build up gradually, basically. But the thing about this is, I think you can charge it up for, I think it charges up for so long, but only gives you, because it's a beginning one, it only gives you 11 or 12 minutes flying the thing. So obviously this, you'll see it anyway on the video. All this is spinning around business, right? Now, for 40 quid, that is a reasonable price to pay. Now, I've seen a lot more expensive drones than this, and the HD quality isn't as good as what this one is. I mean, I've seen some, I was nearly going to buy one which was only 640 HP, which would have been crap, basically. But it would have cost more than this. I mean, this is 720. You can get ones which are a lot better than this, which are like 1080. You can get some at 4K. But it depends on what your budget is. That's what the problem is. It depends on your budget. I'll sort that out after. I'll sort that out after because I don't want to damage it. Yeah, I mean, I won't be getting, I was saying to Dylan, I might be getting another one yet, but I don't want to be paying more than 40 quid for another drone, you know what I mean? I mean, you can't, I mean, some people pay, you're looking at 6, 7, I mean, for the best ones out in the market, you're looking 700, 800 quid. And, you know, I mean, yeah, you get a lot more flight time. But if you clash the thing, you've just lost 700, 800. Yeah, I might do that. Yeah. I mean, if you clash something like what Darren's talking about, it would do a lot of damage in your house. You couldn't actually fly that thing in the house. You would have to fly outside. Hi, Colin Fitness and Movies. I noticed you've changed your channel again, mate. Yeah, I've just showing Nathan and Darren one-handed. I hope I don't break this thing, because otherwise I will be buying a new drone. My new drone. So yeah, my new drone is this thing here, which is a small thing. It's not been, well, it has been tested by the other seller, but I'm not actually properly tested myself because he's took the battery out. But yeah, drone coming to Colin, like, through the mobile phone, and tapping him on the face because he's not listening to what I'm saying to him. No, seriously. But yeah, drone. Colin actually said, I look forward to seeing your drones. So that's my first one of many I'm going to have on this channel. But yeah, Colin's changed his channel a few times. I think I've only known him changed it twice. Darren said you've changed a bit longer than that, mate. But I said to him on a tweet recently that, yeah, he might have had a lot of channels, but he's not had the amount of times I've deleted my channel. This is my third channel. I already deleted the other 2 channels. Now, I think Colin's just said to me, am I going to be playing games on this channel? Well, every so often, Colin, not all the time, but every so often. I don't want to be known for that. Well, he flies drones, but he also plays games. What the hell is that about? Why didn't he change his channel to drones and games? I could do next year, I don't know. I haven't decided yet, guys. But yeah, I thought I'd do another one. I don't know why my streams, Colin. I did one earlier, my stream for some reason was playing simple because it was like blackness, buffeting, or still saying it's live when it weren't. I don't know what the hell. Maybe YouTube doesn't like me coming back to YouTube. They're going, oh no, it's not that idiot again. He's had his 2 channels. All I do, that's it. He don't get any more channels. You've had enough of that person. So we'll start distributing his streams. But yeah, I saw I need to fit your things yet. Try not to live stream in 1080p. Well, I mean, you'll notice the difference, guys. I mean, this is 1080p at the moment, right? But when I start flying, if this does fly, which I think it does fly, and I do get everything sorted with this, you'll notice it. You'll notice the difference from what this quality is now when I'm talking to you to this quality. Because this is below 1080p. This is 720. But I'm going to have to figure out, because the camera's underneath, I'm going to have to figure out how the hell do you put a memory card in here. I think it's one of these, again, I'm going to have to read the instructions manual. It probably goes in here, probably goes in this top here. I think it takes a micro SD card. I don't think 720 is that bad to start off with. I mean, I'm going to get, I mean, if I get addicted to drones like I got addicted to consoles, I might start with like, well, the first drone was 720, the next one was another 720, and my third one was 1080, and then the one after that was 4K. So it's like games. You get addicted to consoles, you get addicted to buying games, and then you get addicted to playing. Yeah, you can get a 4K drone, Colin, but you're looking at a lot. I mean, the one I was looking at, I was telling Devon and Nathan this before you popped in. The one I was looking at, which is like the proper version of that, I think the new-ish is 460, but I've seen them going on eBay for 700, 800 pounds. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start doing flying before I buy any more. Exactly. But don't be surprised in the next few months when I fly that thing. You say, bloody hell, Tony's got another drone. Exactly, yeah. But I also want to save up, as I set it down this afternoon, which I can't do till next end of the next month. I also want to save up and learn to drive in an automatic car. So obviously, I might only have that for a while, and then I might be driving in the car. You know what I mean? But not this one, Colin. Not this size. If it was the, I'll give you an example. If it was the Parrot whatever it's called, the Parrot Bebop, the version 1 and version 2, I would have to go by next year. I would have to do the course because I think it's coming in next year. I would have to do the course, certified course, which the government tells you to take. And then once I pass the course, then I would have to abide by all the rules and regulations business. But I don't think for this size I will need to do that. I don't know. I hate to think how much it would cost me, Colin. You know why they brought the courses out? It's every single time. It's because they're bloody idiots out there who they've got the decent people who know what they're doing and they don't break the rules on this business. Doesn't mean anything, right? And then you get other idiots who just show off more money and cents, flying things where they shouldn't be flying, and then they penalise all the decent people at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So this is why they've brought out government saying, "Well, we've had enough of all this hassle. We're going to bring out a proper course for everybody's got to do it, and they've got to fly in different areas." Which unfortunately penalises people like myself. But I think sorry about that, guys. I actually think that the memory card is going to have to go into the top pit of this thing because there's a little button you press on to switch it on, and I think it might go in the top pit of this drone. It's the only way I can see it because if the camera's there, I'm going to have to look into all that before I do anything. But if you look in the top of that, that's how you switch it on. The battery goes on the back. I've got the manual for it, so I will look how I get the memory card in. But I know for a fact it's a micro SD card. And I've also got to check what memory I can have for the macro. Now, if I can get one which is the maximum I can get for it, I'm going to fly the thing. And then once it's all done, you'll go, oh, Tony's actually flying it now. And you'll get a different perspective. But I think it only flies for about 11 minutes because it's not one of the top spec drones you can get. You can get probably one a bit dealer, which can fly up to about 20 minutes. And there's another one you can get which slightly just over only a pound, and it's I think the maximum is 25 minutes. The only one what does a bit higher than that is the Pout Disco, which looks like a massive thing. It is basically, and you do that. I mean, you got to go outside with this one because it's that big. It lands like a plane, you know, like just class lands like a plane. But you got to chuck it and it flies off. It's the other thing, but it flies for about 45 minutes. Um, when I figure out how it works, Cohen, when I figure out how it works, how long the battery takes to charge up, there definitely will be a video before Christmas, definitely. I need to learn how to fly it basically before crashing the thing, because where I am, as I said to Dan this afternoon, there's a big park where I am, not far from here, and there's kids and there's houses, and I don't want to get stuck in the bloody tree. So I want to be flying it very, well, not far, well, and distance away from me basically when I do it. I have, yeah, I have gas as Steve. Got you popped in. I'm gonna do a video about this, guys. I've been doing something like that before. I've got, well, I'll be getting a better one on this adventure. This is the first drone I've got, gas as Steve. It looks like the dummy version of the Mavic Pro. It's a small version. It's one of these foldable drones, and I believe it films in 720p. So it's not too bad, guys. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, it folds up. It's a lot smaller than that. He had some quite good reviews on. Yeah, it's the dummy version of Mavic Air. That's it, guys, Steve. I mean, I could have bought the Mavic Air as well to show you cat house in it, but the Mavic Air costs over £1,000. No, well, the best one I've seen costs over £1,000. I'm not going to buy one of them. I can put that towards my driving lessons. But yeah, they are cool, guys. I mean, it's something I've never done before. I mean, this is why I've gone from doing gaming to drones. Yes, I wish I were there, Darren, eating the main of your food you're eating, mate. He's showing off the amount of stuff he's going to have, what his food he's going to have today. He's always eating very fancy food, how down is. But it's nice to see you, guys, Steve. I've not seen you for a while, mate. I know you've been very busy in your life and other things. But I thought I did a stream before, Steve, but for some reason YouTube is playing Sibbergers with my channel because they know I've come back. So I've just unfolded this. Yeah, well, I might even fly helicopters as well. You might see some toy helicopters being flown on my channel, yeah. You might be going, oh my god, he's flying bloody helicopters now as well. He's not just flying the drones we've seen him fly, he's flying bloody helicopters. The difference is, with the flying helicopters, they're a lot easier to land the drones because they're just, you know, some of them just hover and just, you know, just hover and just roll down like that. It's not a top of the range one, the Nation King. It's only I mean, it's just basic for me, basically. I mean, I hope it does work because otherwise I've just wasted 40 quid. But it's just a beginning job. But you'll be seeing this when I figure out how it works. Yeah, you'll be seeing this later on. Hopefully, I'm hoping that before Christmas it's going to be decent weather where I am, and I can fly the thing. Learn how to like take off might be, well, I think that's going to be straightforward take off. But landing might be a problem, and then making sure because I think when you do know what you're doing, it does fly off like anything. And I heard a lot of people who I support on different channels, they've lost a few drones in the past where they've just taken off and they've not come back, basically. So mine doesn't do that because fair enough, mine's only 40 quid, but I wouldn't like to lose 800 quid one. But yeah, it's always nice to see new people in the chat. Apologies about earlier. I don't know what happened to the last live stream I did. I don't know whether it was YouTube or my videos or whether it was YouTube playing something. I don't think they've been like for the last 2 years. I mean, when I was on the other channel, I used to struggle, not just figuring out how my stuff, why mine weren't doing what I should be doing, but why all the other channels I were watching, why I couldn't watch all the live streams I wanted to watch because I can never get on my other computer, which is in there, which needs fixing now. I don't know. I used to like them fine, and then when I wanted to watch them, instead of like loading the stream up, it didn't go live for ages. and I always used to lose about 40 minutes of the live stream. I don't know, maybe that's for watching it fine, but me, for some reason, it weren't getting the connection right, and I was like, well, I know the live, but it was just, they were just paused, basically. Um, Check out, oh, you've got a drone yourself, have you? Oh, I didn't know that, guy said. So is that why you've decided to support my channel? See, we've got an audio experienced drone already in the house, guy said Steve. Flying over the white cliffs of Dover. There's a song, isn't there? But I'm not up to that yet, Steve. I'm not up to flying the other thing over Dover for last sec. I mean, it'd probably get lost. Probably jump over the cliffs and he won't come back. But yeah, I might get one eventually where I take on, when I do some travels, and I go to the places, I can fly out there, couldn't I? So I could actually do some travels where I'm going to a different place where I've never been before. Not here, not down where I live down here, and I could go somewhere down here. But he's done all sorts. I know he's done. I don't know. I think he mentioned. I'm sure he mentioned that a while back. He was into flying and stuff like that. Well, I can apologise about accent, Legend Scheme, but this is more like I would say more like a northern Lancashire accent. I mean, Nathan talks different to me, but you know, I mean, if you hear Gasser Steve talk, he's more like down country accent, basically. I mean, I can understand him fine, but he's like down country accent. I mean, I can. I mean, the thing is, when I was on another channel, when I had that many supporters on one channel, and I used to go on their channels as well. There was a lot of them from abroad. I had to um, I had to watch their videos a few times because I couldn't understand what they were saying. Basically, you have to listen gently. It's like the Germans. You can't. Some of the Germans just talk. I don't understand why they just talk that way because I'm like, well, what did they say? But like the main YouTube is the main fact that it's worldwide. So when I start doing the drone videos, I mean, what I'm doing in this country, there'll be somebody abroad going, "Oh, oh, that's a good video he's just done. Who's this chap? Oh, I've never seen that drone before. I'll go and sub him." So it's to that world's land that doesn't. I don't know how late it is. It's all plastic. Even the top drones, all their blades are all plastic. And you have to. Another thing I didn't know, all the blades you get for any single drone, you've got to screw them in, basically. So these have been screwed into the drone itself, which somebody told me, and I thought, well, I didn't know that. I said, well, why don't they have metal ones? He said, because it would weigh it down too much. That's why they have plastic. But plastic, as we know, guys, if you fly into a tree dead fast, it's going to snap straight away. It's not the tree what snapped it, it's the drone because it's flying at that much speed. It's gone straight into the tree and it's snapped off. Oh, you're from Denmark, eh? I've never been Denmark. Would be actually nice to fly it in Denmark because if you got a bigger drone than that and you're flying in Denmark, I mean, you could be at one place. And this thing I like about drone videos is they stay at one place, just flying it, and the drone just goes gone. And you see everything from a drone perspective, so you see all the land, all everything. You know what I mean? But the way they do it looks amazing. You know what I mean? Because obviously, if they've got a decent camera in the drone, you can see a lot of things in the drone. You can't see it if you got there yourself. Um, Take care, Cohen. I know you're always getting up early, so take care, mate. Thanks for popping in. Please drop a like if you've not already done so, Cohen. I do appreciate it, mate. And I did see your Poundland pickup videos. Yeah. Well, I think my drum, because it's only a small one, I don't think it will do any effect to a tree. If it's a bigger one, then it might do. But I don't think with mine, it's gonna be. It's more likely going to destroy my thing. It's going to absolutely turn mine to shreds. So I'm going to have to stay away from trees for the time being. I mean, I'll probably eventually get one where I can fly above the trees. I don't need to hit the trees. I can fly about. But yeah, but I don't think they'll allow me to cut down the trees, Nathan. I've been being sued. He's only cutting his bloody trees down because he's got a drone. That's not a good excuse to train. I mean, there's loads of trees, the park I'm talking about. But I remember somebody flying a drone there before last year, and it was better than the one I've got. And he got pinched because there's always kids around there. He got pinched by kids, Got stuck in a tree. That was it. And when he came back to get ladders, the drone had gone because the kids had got it. Yeah, well, there's actually is a field from the park I live, but you got to go over like a pigsty to get to it. But it's owned by a farmer. Um, but I don't fancy him liking mine. He probably pinched the bloody drone as well. I think he's got a helicopter to the farm I'm talking about. So yeah, I probably could fly it there, but it's very mucky there at the moment. I mean, it's been raining over the last few weeks, and I don't have proper. I would have to wear my other old shoes. If you saw the video of it, if I was flying, then you know what I'm talking about because it just looks like when it's raining, it's like a mush pit basically. But it goes on for miles. It's just like one field, and another field, and another bloody field, and another field. And I always hear him. I heard him yesterday flying his helicopter. Um, uh, yeah, well, I'll be going into that eventually for FPV. I'll be going into racing drones as well. I'm going to start with the beginning ones first, and then once I know what I'm doing, I might get myself a laser, which I believe the one I wanted. It was going for, I think the maximum amount it goes for only 30 quid, probably only 40 including postage, and that is very fast. It's only about, well, I'll say it's slightly bigger than this one. I might be doing that as well. So don't be surprised by next year I might be into lasers as well. It's slightly bigger than this, but it goes for about 110 miles per hour, which is obviously faster than this thing. And it just gone. And I mean, you get the FPV ones, which is the ones where you wear special goggles, and you don't use the controller, you use the goggles to fly the thing. It's like having a virtual reality of seeing it through the drone's eyes wearing your goggles. And then you have the laser ones, which is still a controller, and they start off like dead slow and then just gone. But I'm not doing the goggles yet because I think I'd have to get used to that because I think if it's anything like PS3 guys, I think I'd probably be just the first time I fly one bloody thing. But I see other people do it on their channels and it looks fantastic. But with me, I'd be like, oh my god, that feels sick. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, this one, like I said, Nathan, this one when I've led up on it, and I've charged everything up and it does work. I'll find out when I've charged the battery up because as soon as I put the battery in, if it starts flying, then I know it's working. But when I download the app on the phone and I put the app on the phone on the controller and it takes off, press this button, it takes off. I think it's two different colours. One's like standby and one's like ready to fly. Then I'll be able to see through this little thing here where the drone's going. So obviously that's the type of drones I want. I want to see where the drone's going, so no, it doesn't get lost basically. But once I get into it, I'll be all right. I mean, then I'll know what landmarks I'm to come back and go and all this bloody business. I think what I've seen of it on the actual videos I've seen. I mean, the drone's there. Instead of using the controller, you put your goggles on, and you control. It's like the VR, like PSVR. You control it by the software you've got in. I think you do something because it's in the actual things itself. Because I've seen people flying it without controllers, flying it, like using the heads and stuff like that. I mean, obviously, I'm not into things like that. I mean, you'd have to ask somebody he's got a few of them. But what I've seen looks awesome. But it reminds me of something like using the PSVR, like when you play games for the PSVR, you using your head and stuff to control the characters to control whether you're controlling in the game. So the same thing applies. Yeah, there you go. That's what Slipper says. You use your controller to control your line pitch and the flockle of the actual thing. So the speed of the actual drone is controlled by the goggles itself. But you've actually got to be good at it to do things like, because all the people I've seen know what they're doing. Beginning like me would be clashing a lot because I'd be saying to myself, well, it started off fine. It went up that fine, and it was doing that for a while, and all of a sudden it's doing this business. So I know what happened there. Oh, I'm doing my head long. Yeah, it's like gaming. So there you go. and the video transmitter transmits the picture from the drone camera to the ghost. There you go. So he's slippery straight away because he does that. Check out his channel, Nathan, because you'll like his stuff. That's why I've subscribed to him. I might go into that eventually, but I think I'm going to start off like everybody else start off on here, where I've just got a controller. I'll start off with this one first. I'm going to get better. I get a better one. Start off with a controller, flying it like everybody else does. Because I know people do start off and things like this. They start off doing with controllers. There's drones you can get. You control it with your phone. So that's instead of a controller. There's another drone you can get where you control it for your goggles and your controller. And then you've got the other ones where you can lace them all the time. So they're the ones what go very fast. And if you don't know where it's gone, you're knackered. Because then you're going, well, it was here, it was in the field, but now it's gone to, where's it gone to? I don't know where it's gone. I don't know what that place is. And it's gone like 2 hours away from where you should be. Or it's gone like 400 meters where you are. But there you go. You see, you get hooked. Yeah, you need to check out Slippery's FP, the awesome YouTuber. I always enjoy his channel because he does so awesome videos. But I mean, it's like anything else, guys. You all have to start somewhere. I mean, I don't care how big your channel gets or how many years you've spent flying the drones, wherever you're flying. You've all got to start somewhere. And I'm starting, like everybody else, I think, started using a controller to control a drone in the first place. Now, it might just be a channel where every time I'm buying something, I'm just controlled by controllers. You know what I mean? Where I get to the point where I'm past all the controllers and I've done all that. Let's go on to the goggle bit of it and then learn all that. Well, let's go on to the lacing bit. So it's like anything else. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's getting there. Exactly. But I think the problem we have, guys, especially in the UK, is the weather we have. I mean, you can't fly, even if you fly something like that, you can't fly a drone which chucking it down. Because if it chucks it down that much, your view's bogged down by a bloody lane all the time. And the second thing is, if it's a lot of wind, can easily blow this thing off course. That's another thing you got to be careful of. But it's not easy exactly. I think what I'm going to have to learn first is takeoffs. I mean, obviously, you say that's straightforward. I don't think it is. It looks easy when you watch these people, but I don't think it is. Takes off and then landing it. So I'm going to have to do that a few times. And then when I've actually did that, then learn the other bits. Exactly. When you see, if you haven't got lace drone, you have a problem with wind. But like you just said, Super FPV, if you have a lacing drone, you don't have a problem with wind because it's already gone basically. Oh, you have the DJI Mavic Pro Platinum. Oh, I don't have one of them, unfortunately. I was having a look at one. This is a clone version of the DJI Mavic Pro, but it's only a small version. I mean, the one I was going to get was like 500 quid, but I wasn't going to pay 500 quid for it because I think it started off at 99 pence on eBay, but it went stupid money. So I got the clone of it. So it's all right for the beginner like me. I will progress on my channel, and eventually I'll have different drones with different sizes. Because they'll be saying like, no, the biggest one I've ever bought is this thing, and it'd be bigger, it'd be twice the size of that thing. But yeah, no. But I mean, it's what you get out of it, guys. I mean, if you've got a budget like I have, you start small and you build up gradually, basically. I mean, the maximum, if I got seriously into it, the maximum I'd probably pay for drone probably would be about, what, $650 at the most, but I won't pay any more than that. If it went on more than that, I won't buy one. Exactly. I mean, I see a lot of drones, Slippery FP. I don't know if you've seen it on eBay, but I've seen a lot of lesson drones on eBay being built from scratch. These kits, what they have, and they build them, and then they sell on eBay, and they'll say this is, and it looks like something like one I looked recently looked like something like a mechanical kit, but it was a big thing. It was a big drone, and he had a very big transmitter, and he said, I think the price was quite cheap actually, and he said I will have to send it by a courier company because I can't send it by long mail because I'll lose the thing, so I've got to send it with these top of the range couriers because it costs so much to build the thing. But Well, I mean, the latest one I've seen looks quite nice, but that's the price I probably would go up to maximum on a racing one. I probably will get a racing one eventually, but I believe the racing ones, when you know what you're doing with them, they are very fast and they just. I mean, it's not like this one. This will take. They're just slow and all this business. That one, as soon as you go up that, it'll go and it's gone. And then all the time you know where you are, it's because the camera's feeding back the thing back to your transmitter. You're going, oh, I know what that is, and it's ages. It's away. But it's what you like, guys. It's what you want to do when you fly stuff. Some people like doing the FPV version of drones. Some people like doing exactly. Some people like flying the laser ones. Some people just like to fly them as normal, which is what I'm going to start off doing. Some people like to fly the ones where you just wear goggles and you fly it that way. It's thanks for stopping in. It's what you make out of it. I mean, it looks very enjoyable hobby to do. I'm sure Gass's do. I think I've seen that video actually. I didn't know you were flying something, but I'm sure I've seen that video. That's why I'm gonna have to go back and watch it again. But yeah, it's getting confidence. Yeah, it's just getting. Yeah, well, it is. I mean, it'd be a new experience for me, guys, because I've never done it before. It's all new to me. It might be one of these things where you get addicted to it. I don't know. I don't know. I've never done it. I'm certainly not going to. If I don't fly it the first time, like I'm not going to go. That's it. I'm not going to fly it again. It's just practice. Just practice. Just practice. It's just all practice, guys. I mean, I'm gonna. Only time when I do film, it's gonna be because I've done a lot of practice before I've actually put the video on. I'm not gonna go epic fails. This is Tony the first time he's flying it. Don't gone. Epic fail again. Epic fail number 52. But I'm gonna put some decent videos on. I'm hoping to have it all sorted before. Might be in August, so yeah, it's hopefully it'll be all finished before Christmas, before we get the bad weather here. But like I said, weather does dictate to even the experienced flyers when you can fly and when you can't fly. In the big ones, when you fly, when you can't fly. I mean, this is the beauty of having the ones where you can get the indoor ones where you can fly inside the house, um, and they also light up as well, which I like about them because you can see them in the dark. So like they could flies flying around your house and all lit up. So that's another thing I like about these small ones. Um, but I'm only gonna go just a bit FPV till what we on. Probably another 15 minutes. I'm gonna go. Gonna call it. I'm not gonna say call it now because it's not even 10 o'clock. But I don't want to go on for ages like I used to do on my other channel. Um, but yeah, it's something I always wanted to do, guys. I mean, I've always been interested in flying. I mean, I wish I could afford to have proper flying lessons when flying a plane, or even a glider would be ideal. And a glider would be good because I believe there's a channel out there what does gliding videos, which is a good thing. But I believe the helicopters, because I was saying to Dan this afternoon, it's all right starting up. They can take off fine. I mean, they just take off like drones just take off. But to land them is a different matter because they fly differently to what drones do. But it doesn't stop me. It won't stop me buying a helicopter and having a go at it because I believe there is some cheap helicopters you can buy. They're controlled. They're slightly bigger than that because they've got the plastic thing here, like the body of it, and then you've got the thing up here with all the rotors and stuff. But it won't stop me having to try flying helicopters as well because I know there's somebody else support who actually has a helicopter and flies it anyway, so you can fly it. But I remember the Lodge of Canadian Drone that was saying to me he had a helicopter. It was fine when he took off, but I don't happen to it. He said they're very difficult to fly. That's why I prefer drones, mate. He said because and everybody else was saying the same thing. Don't get yourself a head control helicopter. Just stick to drone stone because they start off fine, but then they spawn popular like drones do. I said, well, I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into a lot of things. You know what I mean? But I'll start with drones first. And if I get confident, I might just try one, just get a cheap one and go, well, let's try how this helicopter works. Oh, it works fine. I don't know why people say there's a problem with them. I find easy to fly. Might be bloody natural at flying these helicopters. I don't know. They're cheap and one of them I near picked up actually, and they got a cheaper one. It was cheaper than this. It was only what was it, 20 quid. They post, I think it's £15 for the actual helicopter, It was only £5 post. It was cheaper than this thing, and it weren't like cheap, like big like Blue Peter job. It was quite actually sturdy. But he dropped the price down because he weren't selling. So I was like, oh, I could get that cheap helicopter. And it looked decent as well. And I thought, no, let's wait to get this drone done first. And then once I get the hang of that, I might expand into something else. But yeah, thanks for popping in, guys. I do appreciate it. Got my chair, and as you see, the covers come off it again. I'm actually quite surprised how good the quality this camera is, because it's a lot better than on my other phone. My other phone weren't as good quality for some reason. This seems to be a lot more better quality than the last phone I had. But I'm also going to have to fork out next year and buy myself a better phone still, because the thing I don't like about this is the main fact. It takes more than 10 seconds to switch it on when you switch the power on button, which I don't like about it. With the other one didn't have that problem. It booted up within, I'd say, about 10-15 seconds. This one takes ages. So that's the only thing. And this is a Google one. This is a Google, which on the Google web it is not Chrome, Android, but it's a Motorola. So I'm not going to buy a Motorola next time. I'm going to buy a better one. Still Android, but I'm not going to buy the Motorola phone, mate, because I don't think it's that very good. I'm going to buy a better one. So I'll be having a new phone next year. Hopefully better quality all round. But again, it's like what you pay for, guys, isn't it? So yeah, it's always nice to be on YouTube. Glad some of you have seen this, which I'm going to put away later. I don't think it's that bad for what I paid for it, to be honest with you. I mean, I know the battery goes in there, like I said. I don't know what that piece of string's for. Unless it's something else I've got to look into. I think it lights up as well. I think the two lights there light up, so I think that is a white. Two white lights and the camera down there. So I think when you're flying it and it's not that dark and you fly it, the two lights light up. Not just on the top lights up, but the two lights at the sides light up as well. So it's like you can see it basically. But that's another thing is, you don't want to be flying these things when it's too late at night and you can't see. You just see two lights coming at you basically. But yeah, that but another thing experience flying a drone at night time when everybody's gone home where it is, and yeah, hello Master Electronics. It's always nice to see you, mate. But yeah, I'm back on YouTube, as I said to my. He actually asked me, Master Electronics, why is my other channel gone? So I'll have to tell him in the comments. It's only comments I need to apply to everybody else's on that last video as well. I was saying to him, bloody trolls, and he went, oh, that. And he's decided to support me. So thanks a lot, Master Strikes. I do appreciate you. I know you don't live here. You live. Is it in America you live? But it's always nice to see people who've known me from the last channel as well. It's always nice to see Colin popping in, even popping in for a few minutes. I don't know why he's changed his channel again, but then that's his choice. Did you see, Nathan, his recent pickups video from, was it Pound Stretcher? He picked up some Blu-rays. Some of the films I've already got. I haven't got. The only film I've not got what he picked up. I think I've got Tomb Raider. But I've got some other ones I picked up recently. Yeah, I know he went to a few places, but he's got the new Tomb Raider one, and I'll begin it this week. I have the new. Well, I've already mentioned it today on this afternoon on my other stream. I have the new. Revamp or remake, whatever you call it, of Death Wish, starring Bruce Willis. There's another one I'm getting, which is another new movie I'm getting. Another one on, I can't remember who he's called, but another. And I've also subscribed. I've already took out the 12-month, not the 12-month trial. What am I saying, 12-month trial? What I had before. I've took out a month trial. That was it, of Netflix, which comes through my box. So I'm still deciding. I mean, I think it's sometime early this time I've got time to cancel. I think it's not next. I think it's not sometime next week. I think I've got to cancel it, but that's if I want to cancel it or change the plan on it. But I've watched again. I've got it on Blu-ray, I think. Is it Mississippi 7 with Denzel Washington? Not the old version of it, the remake of it. With him and Chris Pratt. So I was watching that, and I've also put on my list The Hateful Eight, which again is another Western. I've seen Jason Bourne again. That's the third time I've seen it. I've already got it on Blu-ray, but I thought, sorry, I'm going to watch it on Netflix as well. So I've seen Jason Bourne again. But there's other films on Netflix at the moment, Nathan, I've not even seen. So I thought, oh, I might as well watch them while my trial is thing, because it'll say you can change your thing, you can cancel it after thing. And then there was like goes on my PS4 last week, and it was saying, which another thing you have a trial for, a 2 week subscription of what Sky owns, which is like another subscription service you pay for, and I think that is £9.99 a month. What's it called? Now TV. That's it. 2 week subscription of that, and after 2 weeks, if you don't cancel it, they charge you £9.99. Now the one at the moment, I've gone up to the HD version of it, and that's £9.99 for Netflix. Now I could change it before the thing's out, knock it back down to the 7, which I was paying before, knock it back down to £7.99 one, and just have everything in SD, standard definition. But I thought, at the moment, let's watch everything in HD, and it does make a bloody difference. I've been used to HD for that long, I'm used to it now. But you get for what you pay for. I mean, it's cheaper if you work it out, because it's every month you pay. It's cheaper to have Netflix than go to cinema. I mean, when I went to watch the new Equalizer film, it cost me, well, what I bought, £14, including the drink, your food, £14 to watch the Equalizer 2. I'm not going 4K for about 5 years. Well, I've never done 4K. I mean, my TV, if you've seen when I've done streams, my TV, Nathan, is just high definition. It's just a normal high definition. The only difference it is between a normal high definition TV, it's a 3D TV as well. So it's a 3D high definition. I'll say I've had it for about 3 years now. The first year, because I've also got, I'm sure one of them thing is, one of these Blu-ray players I've got, if it's not that one what's already there, the one what's over there I've took off basically, is the 3D player as well. So the first year I had it, I was just playing all the 3D films. So I was buying the 3D films to play on the 3D Blu-ray player to watch through the 3D TV with the 3D specs. But for the last 2 years, I've not been playing any 3D films at all. I've just been playing normal high definition. But the only thing I found with even when I'm in cinema watching 3D films, if I watch a film in 3D for 2.5 hours with these bloody 3D specs, which I've got loads of basically, because the cheapest chips you pay £1 and then you forget where you put it and you buy another one, and before you know it, you've got 5 bloody 3D specs. I always come out with a headache, so I stopped watching the 3D films, and I sold all the 3D films I had to CNX, and that's why I got all these bloody games, you see, because I got more money for them because of 3D. I think I've only got 4 films now in my Blu-ray collection, which are 3D. I used to have about 20 films in 3D, but it's like I've never had 3D before. Let's have a look what all this hype about is about 3D. It's like 4K, win the bloody lottery, buy a 4K TV, but that's not going to happen. I'm just saying, it's a fad what people go through basically, and I can't justify at the moment for what I'm getting the expense to buy a 4K TV, because the expense I could buy a 4K TV, I could get top of the edge drone, and I have more fun with the top of the edge drone than I have with a 4K TV because I don't use it. Hi, Eagle VP. Yes, I'm back on YouTube. Would you believe? Keith, he didn't know I was going to come back on YouTube. He just says, "Where's Silver Lecture Collector?" I was going to do an interview with him, and he's just disappeared off YouTube. So hi, Keith. Hope you're doing well, mate. This is another one you need to check out, Nathan. Another one does drones. And I've been showing them Eagle VP. My beginner, it's a dummy, because Eagle VP knows what it is. It's a dummy version of the Mavic Pro. And it's that one. And it lights up. But I can't afford the biggest one, so I've settled for the clone of it. So I've got the clone of it. But I believe for the first drone I've got, it is not bad. So, and for the price of it, it was Linsbot. I mean, there's people selling these for a lot more money than what I pay for mine. And it's the same thing, guys. You know what I mean? You've got to know how much you're prepared to pay, and you don't get ripped off in that website. No, I haven't yet, because the weather here has been awful Eagle VP. We've had Lane and we've had all sorts of things. So I will be doing one eventually. And yeah, Eagle VP. You need to check out. His channel. He's on just over 2,000 supporters. And I've said to him time and time again, he should be a lot more than that. And that's not just being kind, that's being the truth. But you definitely need to check out his channel. He's the experienced drone flyer. I'm just the beginner. I might get to the point where I'm actually intermediate at it, but I don't think I'll ever be advanced as what Eagle VP is. And everybody else I can mention. Sorry about shouting to you. But at least I know the sound quality's working. But yeah, it's nice to be back on YouTube. I mean, besides that video I did this afternoon, which for some reason went up the shoot, I've not been on YouTube for about a week. So, I mean, when I was on the mount I was on before, Nathan, as I said to you before, when I phoned you up once, I think people expect, I don't know if Eagle VP has this, but people expect when you hit just over 1,000, they expect you to be on more or less 24/7 on YouTube. If you've not done a video in about a week, they start being a pain. They start pestering you, or they start saying in the comments, when you're coming back, are you going to do any more videos? If you do 2 videos, I mean, this is what I was getting. I was doing 2 videos a week. I've done one on Monday, and I did another one on Wednesday, and I've done one since Wednesday. They say, well, when are you going to do another one? I'm like, well, not to next week now. Well, you're not going to do one at weekend? No. Well, why not? I'm like, hold on a minute. I do. I've got a life outside YouTube. You know what I mean? I'm not getting paid for this. So what do you mean you want another video off me in the weekend? I'll do it when I want to do it next week. You know what I mean? That's it to next week. So then I usually get, I was often unsub. Even when I was on 1,000, unsub. Just because I weren't doing 4 videos a week. Exactly. It's just I do apologise, Master Strikes. Supporter. When they make, they call supporters. But now, the amount of numbers I've got now, they don't expect me to do loads of videos. Now, when I do come back, I've said to a few people, when I do come back, I'm going to start off doing maximum 2 videos a week for the time being, right? So just like, well, he's done a video on Tuesday, his next one's on Thursday. Again, he does it every Tuesday and Thursdays. So then people will know when I do my videos, basically. But when you reach a certain number, again, I've still got the pester when I got 500. When you reach a certain number, they're like, well, you've only done 2 videos. Somebody's the same amount of support as what you've got has done 4 to your 2. Well, so what? He's probably more time for himself. You know what I mean? What's he doing? He's doing that. Well, I'm not like it. I'm not him. You know what I mean? But they expect more off you, basically. So sometimes I think, even though it's good to have 1,000 supporters, sometimes it's a curse because people, not all the people say, but small majority will expect you to do more stuff than what you want. And they're like, well, go and do another one. Excuse me, whose channel is it? And it just got on my nerves. That's another thing I didn't like. It's nice to hit 1,000, don't get me wrong, guys. It's nice to hit 1,000 to be appreciated by that many people. But some people expect more of you. And then you get the trolls as well. Yeah, I might go for another 20 minutes, Nathan, then I might call it quits. But I do enjoy your streams, Eagle VP. I've always enjoyed them. You see, that's what I like about your channel. You don't make, I should say, I'll get out in a minute. You don't make people nervous when they talk to you. It's like having a cup of tea with you in your house when you're talking and asking them questions, basically. I mean, the last one I watched with, I don't know who you were called, not the other one, the one before that. And I thought, well, that's what you want. You don't want somebody who's like, giving you questions left, right, and centre, and not having a chance to answer the questions. So you just go like, what? And you wait for them to come back with the answers. But it's like having a cup of tea with someone in the house, basically. That's what I like about your streams. But some of the people I've seen on different streams when they've been interviewed, it's like they get questions fired left, right, and centre, which is no good. I don't like streams like that. But yours is, that's what I like about yours. Another thing I like about your channel is when you do highlight certain channels as well. It's another thing I like about when you go check this channel out. And it's up to you if you want to check it out, but I think you should check it out because And then you list all the good reasons why you should check them out. And I also like, which is why I'm looking to get about it a bit intro this time. You have your illegal landing on the thing. I actually thought you were into not drones at first. I thought you was actually flying a plane. I thought always one of these people who flies planes because it's like flying straight. How you think of people when you watch the intros? You're like, well, he's obviously into flying. He's just flying something. But what does he actually do? I'm going to have to watch a bit longer to see what he actually does. So I actually thought you were flying planes in your VP at first. And I thought, he's into flying planes. And I thought, wait a minute, VP. Isn't that after the drones VP? It's drones he does. Oh, like something else he does. But yeah, it's like walking the cow. When I first watched his channel, I thought he actually was a farmer who had cows. He doesn't obviously, but I actually thought that's what it was. A cow farm, he had cows. He was going to talk about his cheeses and stuff, but he didn't. I just thought that was hilarious. But you always go off. You always go off the channel names. If they've got an unusual name and they don't put any description in the channel, you never know what they are until you watch a few videos. You know what I mean? It's another thing I don't like. If you find a channel which is interesting and you're like, well, you're just in the intro, you don't really know what the channel's about. You're like, what's this channel about? It's not until you watch the videos do you realise what the channel's about. Because they've not put any description in the channel description. I mean, I might alter that. But I put that, I'm thinking when I do my intro, I'll know proper what I actually do. But for the time being, just put a bit about I'm into gaming, I'm into consoles, but I'm not going into that anymore. I'm going into something else. I've been impressed by so many channels, that's why I'm going into it. But I thought for a starter, that's good. I know for a fact I don't want to go near trees because I can't believe I won't be able to get up the bloody tree. So I'm going to stay away from bloody trees. Um, I'm also going to make sure that when I do videos, they're going to be decent videos. They're not going to be too long or too short in between range, I think. Make it interesting, but don't make it boring. I've seen too many videos out there on YouTube. Doesn't matter what channels they are, and so when I first started, like I said, when I first started gaming on YouTube, I realised pretty quickly that people get bored after 10 minutes watching a gaming video. So if you upload a gaming video, it has to be less than 10 minutes if possible. Hi, 4x4 camping drones. Total respect to you, another awesome drone flyer. I will be a drone flyer when I start, guys. But I know for a fact that when I do, if I end up getting a better drone eventually down the line, the one where you have to have a license for, I'm going to have to fly it somewhere different to where I am here. Because there's this thing coming in next year, and these new drone laws coming into next year. And you've got to buy the code and all this business if you have a certain type of drone. There's certain drones you've got to have a license for because of all the other idiots who are flying them and they're not doing what they should be told. So because of that, the decent people who are actually flying, who are actually abiding by these codes, are being penalised by the idiots. So it's like anything else. You get idiots people flying drones, you get idiot people driving cars, you get idiot people doing stuff they shouldn't be doing, and they always get penalised. All the decent people always get penalised by the idiots. It doesn't matter what they're doing, they always get penalised by the idiots. So it's like, well, sorry, but we can't just give a rule to one person. We've got to give it to everybody. So I'm afraid you're going to get penalised. But yeah, it's always nice to see 4x4 camping. I'm going to take an example off Facebook because he only does, I wouldn't say long videos, very short to the point videos, and he covers a lot in them videos. You know what I mean? He doesn't go on for ages. It's like when he flies stuff, he doesn't go on for ages. It's like, a snippet of what he's doing, but it covers everything in that minutes he's doing it. So I think that's what I'm going to be doing when I get into it. It won't be a long video you'll see off me. It'll be a few minutes you'll be seeing off me, and then I'm going to have to figure out another thing I'm going to have to figure out, which will be a new thing for me, how you get music into flying videos. It's another thing I'm going to have to learn. Now, I'll open the editing software, what I've got here. When I figure out how to work this drone, I will get the footage off the drone onto the computer, and then I get the edit it proper. So there's thing, because I know for a fact that when this is flying, what I've seen on other YouTube videos, it does make a racket. So I'm going to have to get some music which covers that racket up, basically. I've not seen that many drone channels what have I've seen only a few where they have the drones themselves and they're flying and they have the noise, but most of them have music all over the noise. So you just see a perfect music track with the scenery the drone, you don't even see the drone. You just see where the drone's going basically. The person's flying it, and then you go, oh, this is Lake District. He's flying it all above this what do you call it, them things, what Pago steam, whatever it's called. Oh, he's just gone over the something else. He's gone this place. And it's, you see a lot more part of the world that you wouldn't normally see um, in a plane, because obviously the plane's like up here, and you don't see all that in a plane. So many thousand feet up, you don't see all the things you see in the drone. So it's nothing like attracted to drones. You see a lot more things you wouldn't normally see in a plane. It's nothing I like about it. Um, but I think it's, you get what you pay for. Because if you get a top of the range drone, you're gonna get better quality in the camera. I mean, in mine, it will be just a beginner. It's not going to be 1080p, guys. I'm just before warning you now, before you start saying, where's your thing's gone downhill? Well, it's 720 at the moment, but the next one I'll get will be 1080p. But we'll have to start somewhere, guys, like somebody else popped in earlier. But it's always nice to see fellow drone flyers in my chat. And no, I'm pretty new to the drone world. I know it's a big world. It's bigger than gaming, I think. I think it's more popular than it's ever been. Everybody's getting into drones now. Even little kids are getting into drones. They have the little kid drones. I don't know if you saw your VP, there was actually some drones, I don't know if you get, on Idea World recently in the last few weeks. Bit bigger than that, going for a lot more money than that thing. And they were saying this is all right for people beginning, but I thought it weren't, because the drone itself was a lot bigger than that, like I said. And it was doing a lot of aerobatics, you know what I mean? Like going up in the air and going down like that. And then going up again and doing all this fancy flying. I thought, I'm not, don't want to do it for that. You know what I mean? It's not. I don't have YouTube editor 4x4. I've got a version of, not the top of the range version of, but I'm gonna have to do a review of that eventually. I've got similar to Sony Vegas, but it's not top of the range Sony Vegas. It's like a, I say it's like an intermediate version of it basically. I know you can do effects in there, but I don't know. Again, I'm gonna have to lead up on all this as well. But I think what I'm gonna have to do is get, like everybody else, just get non-compact music for all the things when I do start doing it, and learn how to do, put the film clips in first, and then put the music things in after when I'm editing it. But make sure it matches with the amount of times I'm flying. YouTube video that was deleted in December 30th, 2017. So that was last year. I thought I hadn't seen it, 4x4 camping shows. I thought I hadn't seen it at all. I mean, I started off in YouTube with, I mean, I don't do that anymore either. Movie Maker. All my videos on my old channel, Electronic Collector, were all done by Movie Maker. The Windows Movie Maker. We all know what Windows Movie Maker is. And then when I went on to the last channel I had, so Electric Collector, all that was done on another Sony Vegas tag. But the only thing with that, it was good quality, but it used to take ages to render it. So if you had like a 40-minute clip, it used to take something like 4 or 5 hours, because the computer was slow, you see. 4 or 5 hours to render it. So even though it was like, oh, that's a good video of total, that's 40 minutes, it used to take longer than that. Now this one, I believe, is a lot quicker than the last one I had. I'll soon tell you when I actually do my first video when I come back. And I hope it's not going to take me a long time to edit all these videos I'm going to be doing. I know what you meant 4x4 camping drones, don't worry about it, mate. But you see, as I think Eagle VP said on one of his streams, he's had to learn when he first started his channel. He obviously knows what he's doing now. He's had to learn how to edit his videos. He's had to do a lot of things like he wouldn't normally do. And he's had to do different things as well. He's had to adapt to a lot of things. I mean, he's had his background of doing stuff similar to that before, but he's had to do a lot of things different to what he did before he came on YouTube. I mean, we'll have to start somewhere, guys. But like I said before, on the last channel, there's no, I mean, there's no, nothing wrong with filming everything on your phone, editing on your phone, and putting it on YouTube. There's nothing wrong with that. But I choose to do editing on my laptop because I prefer it that way, and I know if I cock it up, I can sort it out. But I start off with my phone. I never think I edited it on my phone. I always edited it on. I used to upload it to Remake. That's how I did it, and then I used to edit it on there. But it used to take me ages. because I was like, I don't like this. This is going. I don't like that. That's going. So that even now when I come back, you'd be saying, well, that's good. Where's he took that video down? Nappy bit. I'm on the worst critic of editing videos, basically. But yeah, I'm going to see. I think what I'm going to do for this, when I get everything I need, I'm going to do what it's like before I fly it. First impression, what I think of it, all this business, design, all that. And then when I fly it, I'll do another impressions video. And then when I figure out how I get the, the things I've done flied on my editor, then I'll be going. So there could be 3 different videos. Exactly. I think that's why I've come back, even because I thought, well, trolls are going to stop me this time. I won't get any trolls for the time being because I'm not that big. But if I get into it properly, like I did on the last channel when we're gaming, I'm more likely to get bloody trolls again because as soon as you hit 500, you start getting trolls. My drone is, I don't know, it's E58. That's all it says in the box. I've got a box over there, and it's the E58 pocket drone. So Eagle VP has said this is a clone of the Maverick Pro or something. I think he said. He said I've seen one of these before, but it's a small version of it basically. But the actual thing it came in, not the box I got with it as well, but it come in the little case. It's actually the E58 drone, but it's a foldable drone because it folds up. So that's why I got it, because it's very portable, and it comes in a nice zip-up case, so you can take it anywhere basically. So you can take it in your holidays, unzip it, charge it up, and then fly it. That's what I like about it. Some drones don't do that. I mean, you've got to buy. I've noticed something a bit. You've got to buy the cases from, and the cases are bigger than the one I've got. I mean, the case for the Power Bebop drone is stupid. It's mass. It's a massive. Yeah, it's a massive case, and fair enough, it's padded. But I mean, the control is massive as well. I mean, I'm talking about the first Pirate Bebop. I'm not talking about the second one. The second control is a lot smaller, but the first Pirate one, the control is stupid. You've got to put it around your neck because it's that bloody big, and it's probably heavy as well. And you've got to have it enforced on your neck, and it's like flying with a joystick basically. I mean, I've got like on my controller, it looks like it's going to be quite easy to use. But that one's like a little stick. You've got to do that business all the time. Flick big, flick big. I mean, the control I've got, I'll show you. The control I've got here, compared to that one, looks like it's going to be, when I get into it, it's going to be easy to use. But that one, for the price you're paying for, I mean, you can see that, guys. The control looks like it's straightforward, but that one on the Power Bebop is just a bit too clumsy for my one. I don't like it. But again, you buy what you get. I mean, you buy an expensive drone, you might get a nice controller, or you might get a crap one. I mean, it's luck of the draw, isn't it? But for the amount of money they spend on the drone, they might not spend as much money designing the control. I don't know what they're doing. They do these things. It's like when you buy a car, you might look at the car and go, "Oh, that's a nice car," but when you get inside the car, you're like, "What the hell? They put this inside the car for?" But it's like anything else. They're trying to design it to suit the customer. Yeah, it does look like a very nice drone, doesn't it? I mean, it's had some quite good reviews on YouTube. I've seen somebody fly it in America, but it was flying it near his house, which I wouldn't recommend doing that. Unless you've got one of these drones where you can fly inside the house. But if you get a bigger one, you have to fly outside, obviously. But I only got it because I thought it's portable, it's easy to use. I like the controllers. I don't want something that's too not very good on the hands, basically. I want something that's adaptable. It's not complicated because I know some of them are complicated as well. But I thought for starting off, it's all right. Obviously, it's more intermediate doing drone flying. I'll probably get a different one, probably a better one. But I'm amazed, Eagle VP. There's so many drones out there, and they all do different things. But at the end of the day, it comes down to how much you're prepared to pay for the actual thing you want to fly, and what you want to use it for. I mean, some take pictures, take film footage. Some you can lace. Some you can fly with your goggles, or you can fly with your goggles on your handset and your controller. Some you can just fly with your mobile phone. There's that many out there. There's more probably drones out there than there is the consoles I've got here. But it's probably going to be, if I get into it properly, it's probably going to be very addictive to me because I'll be like, after a few months, oh, I'm sick of flying this now, let's go and get another one. And I'll be like, oh, that's better than the last one I got. And then before you know it, I've got about 8 of them. And then I'm going, well, I don't like this one now. This one's not very good. And this one, I don't like this one. But this one's a better one. So then I'm doing a collection of all the favourite drones I've got. But I can see the attraction of getting that. And I think that one, I think it has a flight time of 11 minutes maximum. So I don't think I'll be flying it more than 8 minutes, I think, at the time. So I don't overdrain the battery, because I think the battery only... But the battery takes someone else to charge up, but it only gives you like 11-12 minutes flight time, so I'm not going to overcharge the battery. I've got 2, but I don't want to like burn it out basically when I first start flying the thing. So I think 8 minutes at a time would be general thing I'm going to fly on it. And then probably 6 minutes of it when I do get into it, probably recording stuff and I know what to do with it. So 6 minutes probably maximum. I'll be showing a video on YouTube and say, well, this is only 6 minutes of my best of the flight time best. So this is the 6 minutes I'm going to show you. But I know you can get ones better than that. Yeah, I'm going to have a look at that as well. Yeah, I'm going to have to. I mean, I don't think for the size that is. If I get any more, which well, if I stick to that size, it should be fine. But if I get the bigger ones, then I'll definitely have to get. I'm definitely going to have to go on the course and get these bloody licenses. I think it comes out next year, guys. Sometime next year it comes out in the UK, where some people with certain drones have got to go and be licensed basically to fly the bloody thing. So things like the Bebop, the Bebop 2, the GJ Maverick Pro, the one I was looking at, the Phantom one, which I probably will get one of them eventually. Them ones, I think you have to have a license or something. You got to, and it's also to do with like how big it is and what. I mean, it's all red tape basically, and how big it is and how what weight it is and all this bloody business. I mean that I think I could get away with it the time being, but they're only going to penalise the ones who've got the bigger ones, the more expensive drones. I think they're going to penalise. And then if you get caught by, if you're not in the place you should be, you'll probably get fined, which is more money. You'd be like, well, I didn't know about that. Well, you should have known because the thing's been out a couple of months. That's going to penalise the people who know what they're doing, and it should also kick the arseholes who don't know what they're really doing. They'll stop doing what they were doing in the first place. But you always get penalised for people who are breaking the law basically, and they're going, oh, I can fly anywhere. I can fly this drone anywhere. I know what I'm doing, and they don't know what they're doing at all. To the extent that other people go, I know what I'm doing, and I'm about to buy the code and all this business, but I'm getting penalised for the other idiots who don't know what they're doing. It's like anything else, guys, isn't it? You always get penalised for people who don't know what they're doing, which is, I don't agree with that basically. But yeah, we'll be back on in hopefully another 2 weeks. Hopefully with a better intro. I'm going to get intro. I'm not going to pay over the boss for it, but I'm going to get a good intro. Well, that presents match. I'm glad you agree with me, folk. Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about 4x4 camping. I just get my nerves when I hear. I mean, it's been in the paper as well. It's like driving as well. It's like over here now we have to take. We never used to. We have to take a theory test. We've got to take a hazard perception test. And then we get that, we pass that, we've got 2 years to pass our test. We take the test, we pass the test, and that's it, we passed, we got the qualification, we got the license on this business. But when I was driving years ago, there was no theory test. It was just like, got asked a couple of questions during the test, that was it, you passed, that's it, you know, got your license. The reason they brought out the test, the theory test, is to stop all the people who were passing the test and one safe on the loads. So they've had to bring out the theory test to stop all them idiots. So for the decent drivers who were driving decently, the idiots were giving everybody a bad name, all the decent drivers a bad name. So that's why they had to bring out the theory test. Another thing they've had to bring out. Same for the drones. They've had to bring out this law to stop the idiots from flying, basically. But they're penalising the decent flyers as well at the same time, which I think is unfair. But that's my opinion. You might have other opinions, guys, but I think that's unfair. To penalise the decent people over the idiots. But you're always going to get idiots in any thing. You know, what's a fad, or they go, Oh, I can fly anywhere. I can fly near the houses. 30 subscribers. Yeah, I was going to ask you about that before I go, Martial Electronics. When you first started when you first subscribed to my channel, well, not this one, the other one. When you first subscribed to my channel, you had under 30 subscribers. I mean, here they call it subscribers, in America they call it supporters. So you had under 30 supporters on your channel. But because I've mentioned you a few times in the last few months on my other previous channel, you've moved up. I watched that video, by the way. You moved up to 30, and it's very hard. I've only got to where I've got to because I know me from the last channel. But if I haven't done any channels before, it is very hard to get there. I will be going in a bit anyway, Eagle VP. But thanks for popping in, Eagle VP. I do appreciate it. But you're welcome, Master Electronics. I will be going now, guys. I will be back on in another 2 weeks, doing a few things, a few reviews. And until next time, take care of yourselves and respect you.